to get up nice and early to go for a nice morning drive before too many people are out on the road because it gets a little crazy around me. I wanted to mainly talk about the Integra in the sense that, because like I said, I've never really shown how and why it's so special. I showed my spec, I showed what it's like to drive a day in the life, I showed pretty much everything so far in terms of just living with it, but I haven't really talked about why it's so good and why it's so special and why it's so great. So I wanted to go out and do that on a morning cruise and casually talk about it. I wanted to give you some sights and sounds. So here we are. A quick story. So back in February, I actually sold my previous car, which is a BMW X3 M40i. I actually went 2 months without a car, give or take, because I wanted to be super deliberate about what I was getting into next. I wanted to get a car that had the X factor, that made you want to get into it and drive it when you weren't in it. Being a previous Golf R owner, Golf GTI and Golf R owner, I naturally went to the Volkswagen dealership down near me and decided to check out the Mark 8. And I just couldn't get past the interior, honestly. I couldn't get past the buttons or lack thereof. I couldn't get past all of that business. After reading about the Integra a couple years prior in all sorts of different articles, the Car and Driver article, I remember scrolling and saying, that's it. I remember saying specifically, that is the car for me, that is going to be my next car. But I was like, there's got to be a catch. Like, it sounds too good to be true. It's based on the Type R. It's going to be premium. It's going to sound, look, feel good. But there's got to be a catch. And then I scrolled down and I found it, and it was the price. And I remember saying, there is no way that I would spend $55,000 plus on a front-wheel drive 4-cylinder hatchback. No disrespect at all, but I just wasn't going to spend that much money at the time. And, well, here we are now. After reading about the Integra, I remembered how great it was and everything like that. So I said, you know what, let's go check it out. Let's go drive this thing and let's go see how good it really is, because I just couldn't get out of my head. So I went down the street and, I mean, they threw me the keys and they were like, look, go ahead, go drive it, go have a day. And that's exactly what I did. And when I tell you within the first 5 minutes of driving this car that I knew it was going to be for me and I knew how special it was, would be a massive, massive understatement. I mean, I was just putting around and everything from the shifter, the clutch, the steering, the sound, the looks, everything hit. Like, everything came in perfectly. And like I said, I was just putting around. So I knew this was going to be a special car. I respected it. I didn't push it. It was brand new. So I knew it was going to be special. I took another couple weeks to think about it, and then I went ahead and finally got it. So after taking it home, I mean, and having it for a few months now and really driving it, having a good time with it, it's just, honestly, it's amazing. You feel like you're getting clawed and pulled out of the turn, and I never really thought a front-wheel drive car would be as much fun as, say, like maybe my Golf R that was all-wheel drive, that ripped you out of a turn, really pulled you in all sorts of weather, which is really important to me. When you're in scenarios like this, when you're stuck behind traffic, I mean, it still feels special. Like, it still feels like you're communicating with the car. It's the type of car that when you're at work, you're going to be thinking about going home in it. Or you're going to be waking up, and if you're dreading going to work, you're going to want to go just because you're in this car. If you're going food shopping, something that I hate, something that I absolutely can't stand, you're going to want to go, and you're semi going to want to go and do it because of this car. You know, random errands that you really wouldn't be too thrilled about doing, it's going to make that part of your day special. And I think that's so cool about cars like this, and just cars in general, right? If you're driving something that you love and you spend a lot of time in it, you're going to want to make it, as a gearhead or as somebody who's really into cars, you're going to want it to feel special all the time. And I think that's exactly why I got a car like this. It didn't have to be manual. It didn't really have to be 4 doors. It didn't have to have all the things that it does, but the fact that it does makes it very unique. You really have to drive it in order to feel it, but I hope I can kind of communicate it through the screen as to how good it is. I originally thought I might move on from this, but I seriously think I'm going to try to keep this for as long as possible. I really do. I think it's going to be a car that I have for a very long time, and I would love to pair it with something like a 911 in the future. I wanted to stop and show you what it looks like in all different types of morning light, because honestly, this car from the factory just looks so good. Bone stock. I haven't put any spacers on it, haven't lowered it, haven't even put any tints on it, which is why the windows are open. But I'm going to be doing all of the above, I think. I'm definitely going to be tinting it. Want to put an intake on it in a couple of months, probably after the winter, just to enjoy it in stock form as much as I can. And then I want to tune it down the road because I do see myself owning this for a while. And if I keep cars for a long time, I like to make them my own. So right now, bone stock, but I mean, come on. This thing looks so good in its stock form. I think they knocked it out of the park with its design. You just can't beat this thing. You really can't. And if you want to, you're going to have to spend a lot more money. If you liked any of this, if you have any ideas on what could be done differently or just any ideas on what you want to see, please let me know. I'm looking at making a ton of more videos. So, yeah, with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.